Happy Comic Book Day and welcome back, all you four-color funny book aficionados. This is USComics Cast, HQ for all things comic book connected. We are John and Charlie Rivera, the co-founders of USComics. Charlie, happy Comic Book Day.
Happy Comic Book Day to you and to everyone listening and watching today. As always, we are brought to you by Bad Mary Band and Sergeant Finesse Gaming. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like and or follow button and hit that comment section like your goofy ass kid invented a quantum realm device and you are not sitting down.
Damn!
That's right.
My little friends, was very on the nose because, as Charlie would have you know, Phase 5 has officially launched. That's right, a Phase 5 or Phase V if for some reason you are trapped in time and you're wandering around ancient Rome. Phase 5 is on, brother. As much as I'm excited to get that new phase started, I'm probably even more excited to be putting Phase 4 in our rear view mirror. But yeah, man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, before Charlie spits it out. What were you gonna say?
I'm already furious with you. We had in our pre-show huddle, we warned each other of salt. How dare you talk bad about Phase 4? The TV era of Marvel?
Charlie,
Get the fuck out of here.
It was really, really easy to be salty on Phase 4. Damn, I might get peppery on Phase 4, but that's not what we're really here for. We've put Phase 4 behind us, thankfully. Hopefully it doesn't come back up until we're sitting in our therapist office the very next time, because I have been affected. But yeah, again,
I'll turn into a
on
werewolf
with the new, Charlie.
right now.
On with the new Phase 5, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Aside from the clearly terrible and inaccurate name, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, but Ant-Man is in it. That's what makes it good.
What was he, though? Was he even?
Ant-Man-nia.
Yikes.
Or Ia.
So in any case, we already have opinions coming in from commentary, dude. We better get to it quick.
We got new before we talk about Cousin Paul. Spoiler warning.
Yes,
it might be
Charlie,
too long. It might be a little too long. I fully admit it.
Can't hear me. Charlie had an itchy trigger finger for the spoiler alert. Yes, indeed, this is going to be a spoiler-heavy segment. Actually, probably the entire episode is going to be spoiler-heavy as a motherfucker. But yes, indeed, got that new spoiler alert. I love it. But yeah, Cousin Paul, he's joining us from YouTube already, dropping opinions. Ellis dropping opinions over from Twitch. He's also stuck in the past, sadly, with Phase 4, just like Charlie Boy. But Charlie, I'm going to give it right to you because you're clearly chomping at the bit. What did you think about Ant-Man and Company?
It's fine. You know what my problem is? I
do know many problems.
I saw Ant-Man, and I left Ant-Man going, that's fine. And then I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I went, hey, what's up, Ant-Man and the Wasp? You're also fine. The audacity of these fucking trailers, which I don't watch. I go into these movies as unprepared as possible. So
sure,
I didn't see...
That's a relatively new process for you, though.
Very, very true.
And it
paid off, because if I spent the last 3 months watching a trailer, because I watched the trailers after the fact, that are like, oh, you bitch. Oh, you get ready for Kang. Kang is gonna fuck you right in the ear. And then Kang did Jack and Dick. I love Jonathan Majors. I can't wait to see him possibly give Creed brain damage. But John, those trailers and this fucking movie are barely related.
Charlie, can I just really quickly, because I think we got a little bit of a delay, which is the reason why what I was talking about.
I think that's on your end, because we're not recording that special way. So I think that's 2 days in a row of a weird lag for you.
But in any case, let me ask you this: back in your trailer watching days, did you ever sit back and think, "Golly gee, this movie is gonna be just like the trailer"? Or were you like, I don't know, an adult, and you realize, oh, this trailer has the singular purpose of selling my ticket before I get to the theater? Like, why would you think ever that you were
Oh,
gonna get? Like, were you born
I'm
yesterday?
I'm so sorry that I treated movies the way I used to treat comics. And I'd go into the comic book store and I'd see a book. And on that book, Ant-Man was all little and he was climbing into Cleopatra's boudoir. God forbid I judge a book by its cover. The point of those trailers.
What comic issue was that? Because I need to put it on my pull list forthwith.
It's Charlie Rivera fan fiction right there, available now on my OnlyFans.
Nice.
I absolutely, it took me way too long to learn that lesson. I would say it was right around Fast Five that I realized something may have
You're a man now.
something may have gone wrong. I was just talking about it this week. The first time I realized movies could be bad was sitting watching Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and I looked around the theater as if there was going to be a riot, because I went, I'm not the only one seeing the first bad movie ever. I was
Black
innocent.
Rage!
I was innocent for as long as possible. But with that being said, knowing what I know about
is
trailers,
one word for it, bro. Like, gullible is another one.
Very,
a little
very
goofy
possible.
around the edges is yet another. Now
Rude.
if I may interject, because
yes, please, it's your
I
topic.
know there really should have been a salt warning at the top of the episode, much less a fucking
For next week, I'll make that
Yeah,
for next week.
Work on that shit. Would you like to know how I received the movie?
I am desperate to know what you
You
thought
are?
about the movie.
All right. It was all right. it was just okay.
I don't
now
understand
here's
the
thing.
passion behind
Let
people.
me preface this, okay?
You hate
was
Paul
okay.
Rudd. You're on
No,
record.
no.
You think he looks old, and you hate him. That's a John Rivera quote. Everyone knows that.
It's another co-stream that I was as of yet unaware. No, untrue whatsoever. I think Paul Rudd is as charming and affable and time-defying as ever. I will say this though. I don't really know why they felt the need to slap his name on it, much less Evangeline Lilly, who had almost nothing to do in this movie except irritate me. My question right off the bat is, why didn't they just call it Quantumania? Because, like I said, it was okay for me in that there's a phrase that I'm thinking of that it escapes my mind right now, where it's like there's like the average, and then there's the mean, and then there's the whatever. But whatever that was, the movie itself wasn't okay as a movie collectively. It averaged out to a movie. It averaged out to an okay, because there were parts of it that I absolutely loved, and there were parts of it where I was like, oh no, I do not like that whatsoever. Thank you very much. And there were very little parts of the movie that were like, okay, but it averaged out to an okay.
It was very. That makes perfect sense. It really was bipolar, scene to scene. Right out of the gate, though, I have to say, at some point we must have paid Ellis, because
I see why you were tee-hee-heeing all through my diatribe. And Ellis, it was rightful that he did so. That is very funny.
Ellis said, if you guys think it's just okay, it must be a steaming turd. You guys like everything. Ellis is the first person on Earth to think I like even a majority of things. It's just comic book shit that I enjoy.
Ellis,
everything else in life I hate.
Ellis, he don't even like me, son. Like that is way off. But I will say this. I honestly don't understand. Look, the plot and the play out of the story was as Marvel generic as there has been. Okay,
I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie from Marvel already.
You've seen it multiple times. However, it has for some reason elicited a very strong response on either side of the spectrum, and really very little. Ellis, I'm going to argue with you just a little bit in that, like, our it was okay is probably the least common reaction that this movie has gotten across the boards, because critics hate this movie. Fans seem to fucking like polish their fucking the Schwarzes off to it. Hey, Joker Stream joining us from Twitch. What is up, Joker Stream? I have some Joker Stream news to hit you with in a minute, Charlie.
Yay!
But that all being said, there have been a lot of very, very strong opinions, and I don't really understand it. So, Charlie, I'm going to take it right back to before. Why didn't they just call it Quantumania, considering all of the moving parts, like fucking Peter Venkman notwithstanding? Why didn't they just call it Quantumania?
I think there is this ever-present fear that Disney has that we're very, very, very stupid. They still think like Marvel isn't enough to get people to go. They still think that these films, after how many Marvel films have there been? 68?
A lot.
After all these flicks, what we're still getting is a combination of people like Joker Stream saying how it was awesome, which just feels to me like he went into that movie.
Clearly loved it. Paul clearly did not love it.
But I
Ellis
think a
just
lot
doesn't
of that,
love us.
I think he loves us too much. I think it's one of those. I think what if I had to take a guess, it's very much based on how you sit down. I think the more and more we go into the 105th Marvel film, I think we're getting closer and closer to whatever energy you're feeling when the film starts to roll will carry through. Because like you said, John, this film has nothing but highs and lows. It's nothing but, in my opinion, it's nothing but good scene, bad scene, fun scene, boring scene. There's a through line of this flick that's another generic uprising. We've seen it in Thor. We've seen it in Avengers. We keep seeing the same type of characters.
How many tiny and giant armies are we gonna see in these Marvel flicks? Like, they are like ever present. It's freaking unbelievable.
And I'm saying all of this, and right now I sound so critical, but I left that film satiated. I knew the meal I was having. I wasn't having an expensive meal. I didn't walk into Ant-Man 3 expecting anything other than a third installment of Ant-Man. To your point, however, Ant-Man and the Wasp are in it. They're in it for...
Here's the thing, and I do not want this to come off as an insult, because, again, I found this movie to be like almost purely a mixed bag. But I will say this, and this is, I don't think, possible to be disagreed with, regardless of what side of the line that you place yourself. This right here was clearly the best thing in the movie.
100%.
I'm just gonna let that roll, because if we get blocked,
we're gonna get demonetized.
Charlie, wait a minute. Charlie, there were some parts of this movie that did legitimately annoy the tits out of me.
Turn that off. Facebook
It's down. But that all being said, there were parts of the flick itself that did feel disjointed to me. In the sense that, like, this had multiple voices and opinions writing the script. It didn't have like a singular thing. So one of the things that really kind of stuck to me is that it didn't feel like Ant-Man 3. And goofy titles notwithstanding, it didn't feel like Ant-Man 3. And I liked Ant-Man 1 in its genericness, but I liked the Ant-Man character. It was different. It was different. It was not the same. It wasn't just like a miniaturized Marvel flick. It was a street level. It was a fucking It was a theft movie. It was like it had fun, interesting, non-superpowered side characters. Like to me, that was fun. 2 was diminishing returns, but hey, Christian joining us from the secret stash. What is up, Christian? Um, it didn't feel like a continuation of that thing. You know what it felt like, Charlie? It felt like the love child of Guardians of the Galaxy and Tron Legacy.
Oh
Like
my
you take
God,
those two
yeah.
flicks, you
Just
shake them up,
mash-
and you roll the C low, and it felt like something different. But I mean, look, anybody who didn't buy their ticket for Kang is just lying because Jonathan
But
Majors is a
also,
fucking star.
if you bought your ticket for Kang, were you leaving satiated? Like,
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with the discourse that, like, who gives a fuck about Kang now? Ant-Man beat him. Ant-Man didn't beat shit. He barely got that tie. With that being said, Christian just hit the nail on the head. It felt like an okay episode of Rick and Morty. And the writer comes from the house of Rick and Morty. He's a writer for, and he's going to be in charge. The director is taking on Kang Dynasty. So now I'm more shaky than ever on Marvel because of how in the middle this flick was.
Yeah, but
I was hoping that we would. I'm sick of the phase term. Yes, please.
May I put you at ease a little bit because I hate to see you all jacked up. We've gotten to the point of Marvel saturation where we're getting way more than your core characters, right? Like we put I'm gonna use the terms that you don't lose, Charlie. We put Phase 4 behind us, but until further notice, we've put those core. Iron Man is gone. Captain America is off the fucking table. Black Widow is dead. Fucking God knows what the hell's going on with Hawkeye. He's ready to hand over the bow to yet another Young Avengers member, which is a different thing that I don't even want to talk about. But unfortunately, we will. I will say this, and again, this is spoiler heavy. When I stuck around, had those last few kernels that I didn't get to in my bag of popcorn, and Rama Tut is just sitting there in all his decked out glory. I immediately shot my little brain shot to Moon Knight. I'm like, yo, it was the jacket in Moon Knight, which was a dynamite fucking entry in Phase 4. I'll fight you if you want to say different. I was so happy because I'm like, look, see, it matters. My nitpicking, detail-oriented nonsense matters because that fucking denim jacket, which stuck out to me like a sore thumb because of the nerd that I am, mattered because there was my boy Rama Tut, which was technically the first time that we got Kang in any iteration in the Marvel Comics. And you know who had to deal with him, Paul? The Fantastic Four. That is damn right. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we're gonna get a little Fantastic Four, Kang heavy, nasty, sweaty action, but we'll see. What about you? So you couldn't have walked away with no positives. Give me a positive. Give me something to put a smile on Charlie's face.
And we don't have to spend more than a name drop moment for it. I happen to be very excited for the Young Avengers. I'm a big fan of youth groups.
I didn't say tell me the reasons why you're wrong. I said tell me about the things that make you happy.
No, I thought the new Cassie Lang. I think she did a remarkable job. I think for me.
Can I stop you real quick right there because you name dropped her?
You're gonna anyway.
I'm gonna anyway because. Did you really feel that change was necessary?
No!
Can you imagine
it's so unnecessary.
His poor ex-daughter, she's sitting there, she's like, this fucking bitch. I could have done that. Like,
the rumor was that she was like, I'm in Ant-Man 3, and they were like, fuck you for saying stuff. Real quick, though, one thing I did absolutely love about this flick, and Joker Stream brought it up, so I'm going to take control of this for 1 second. One problem Joker Stream has with a lot of these comic book movies is they are so goddamn dark. Color-wise, the idea of having, and I'll name drop Guardians of the Galaxy because I think it did it masterfully. Give me color Give me fucking weird. I go to comic book movies. I've always been on the side of the more spectacular DC comic stuff. And what I mean by that is I like weird looking fucking aliens. I want there to be a squid person next to a hawk person next to a rock person. That
You
sort
want
of shit
Star
will
Trek?
always, yeah, but like good and fun and not
How
trying
dare
to
you.
bore
Star
me
Trek is great.
with hard science. I love the character design. I love the way that they showed the quantum realm. I think
Well,
there
Yeah.
are plenty of opportunities for dark and gritty. I think it is still refreshing to me when something is loud and obnoxious.
Can I elaborate on that point though?
Please
because
do.
Here you're talking about an entirely CGI project.
Yes.
Right? Literally everything that we saw outside
Yes.
outside of that fucking basement was totally fabricated. So if they were gonna have that then be dark, then it was fully intentional. They didn't burst the fucking light on the truck. They didn't get bad fucking weather one day. Like if it was dark and gritty, Snyder must have snuck in and fucking had his way with the dailies, because it would have had to been on purpose. This was entirely created for them. I will go ahead and I'll put a little stank on it though, Charlie, to make you a little happier. I'll say this: I fucking hated that MODOK and Bill Murray were wasted. They neither one of them looked good. When the news originally rolled out, and I was like, it's not Patton fucking Oswalt. We're not getting Patton Oswalt, the guy that fixed Boba Fett before Disney ruined him again. Once I saw that, I'm like, that was a good call, Patton. That was a good call. I am glad that you were not involved, because you clearly have better things to do. I don't know, man. There were certain things about it that I wasn't. Charlie, getting sucked into the quantum realm through a machine intended to communicate with it is pretty fucking dumb. Do you remember?
Not pretty
Willy
dumb.
Wonka?
Do not undersell it.
You are pretty dumb. Well, actually,
it was fucking the dumbest. What a silly plot device. Fucking stupid.
Do you remember the part, and Christian and company were just talking about this flick too, in Willy Wonka, when Mike TV gets sucked into the TV? I'm like, first of all, bitch, that's your name. To act fucking surprised when you end up in a TV and your last name is TV, I'm not gonna feel bad for you. But this wasn't fucking, this wasn't Scott Quantum Realm, so he had no reason. It made no sense. It was so dumb. It was such a dumb thing, and I sat back and I was like, oh god damn it. Why did you now you it's like a boxer fighting from behind. He slipped in the first round. Maybe it wasn't a knockout fucking punch, but he's like, oh shit, I just lost a point. And they had to fight back from there to win any affection from me. But go ahead, throw some heat, man. What's another thing you hated?
You know what I'm really goddamn sick of? You have a super suit that shrinks you and grows you. You're Ant-Man and the Wasp kid. You say, you know what, I want a purple suit. I don't want wings for some reason. Fuck my mom's super convenient addition to the suit. Also, let me get a pair of Converse. I'm sick of these fucking Marvel kids and their Chuck Taylors. Are you fucking kidding me?
Who do they think they are?
Who would I lose the thread of who's young if America Chavez, if Baby Hawkeye, and if fucking stupid Cassie Lang weren't rocking Chucks?
Charlie, you don't need the Wachovia Accords anymore, because no one has to admit to being a superhero in this day and age. You just look down at their fucking kicks and you're like,
also,
Converse, you're a superhero, get in the truck.
Also, the 35 writers, the director, and fucking Paul Rudd himself, there is no excuse not to work in Louise. There's no excuse for it. The crowning achievement of the Ant-Man multiverse is that there's only one Louise. He's in every universe because he is a golden gift. I would have had a third post-credit scene just to have him explain the rubbish bullshit of Quantum Realm. How very dare you?
Christian is all over you, Charlie, and I'm gonna have to agree with him. Christian, officially, I'm the fucking one who I don't like. Let me rephrase that. I'm not particularly a supporter. I do not have the bumper sticker slapped on. I don't rock any of the gear. I am not a Teen Titans guy, man. I'm an OG guy, but just as much, if not more so, my disdain of the Teen Titans is my lackluster fucking about the Young Avengers. Come on. So it's clearly where we're going with this, right? So now
John, they're Avengers but young. You don't understand because you're an old man.
I'm an old. We've got Cassie now. She's gonna be doing some version of that. She's like, oh yeah, I'm a thief, but I'm also a tinkerer. Shut up. You got little Lady Hawkeye who could be their moms at this point. You got the fake sons of Vision and Scarlet Witch who they don't even exist. Like, come on, man. I don't care. Let people vote. Let people fucking work. But if you're not even real, I have a little problem of giving you the Avengers multi-pass and let you wander all over the property that my man Tony Stark paid good money for. Dadgummit. There were parts of this movie that simultaneously infuriated me and parts that I love. No one, I don't care who you are, no one can deny Jonathan Majors is a beast, son. The only time that there weren't sometimes funny but sometimes not funny quips and little lighthearted jib jabs was when Jonathan Majors was on screen, bro. That motherfucker steps on screen, you are tight butthole, edge of your seat, paying attention. That's the kind of villain that Marvel needed right now.
He is also the only performer who can get away with being I'm not going to watch any of these movies. Because specifically, he doesn't want to step on what I have to imagine is his own giant veiny dick. So. Because he doesn't want to sway himself away from choices. That is the cool. First of all, Jonathan Majors weighs 325 of pure muscle right now. And when he talked shit about other characters he was going to play, he was like, I'm going to fuck these goddamn Kangs up. He was Charlie Day in It's Always Sunny, but purple and scarred.
All he needed was a purple keyboard in front of him. He's like, I'm going to fuck you up. I love you. Dude, I love that fucking, what was it, the League of Ricks or the Legion of Ricks or whatever it is?
The Council of Ricks.
The Council of Ricks, thank you, but of Kangs. Charlie, there were parts of that flick that gave me goosebumps. And there were parts of it where I was rolling my damn eyes, and you can't see shit in a movie theater except for the screen. Why was I rolling my eyes? What was I looking at? I don't know.
I tapped the stranger next to me, and I was like, look.
That's because you had to go without me, bro. That's what happens to you. I had to ride the bus to go do that shit. Dolo. And then I had to walk through fucking Port Authority late at night, and I'm a delicate little angel. But yeah, man, my ultimate grade was gonna be if anything, probably the best and worst thing that you can say about this particular movie was it's really a launching pad, even more so than Loki. Because look, Jonathan Majors, he stole Loki from multiple Lokis, male and female. He stole the fucking Quantum Realm flick away from the mini Avengers, as we like to call them, the Ant Company. Except for those fucking ants, man. Those ants were so well trained and so secretive that not even Kang knew about. He had the wherewithal to fake a space crash, a space ship crash, conveniently around OG Catwoman, so she can help him. I think he had other things on his mind. He rolled through Scarface at that point because look at Michelle Pfeiffer in Scarface and tell me that you would not dip into the quantum realm. You know you would. You know it would.
That's the most unrealistic part. If I was Hank Pym,
it was okay.
If I was Hank Pym, nothing would stop me. Not the quantum realm. My ass would be there. I'm getting Michelle Pfeiffer back before Bill Murray taps it. Also, another point of contention. Kang and Michelle Pfeiffer smashed. There's no way it didn't happen. Anyone stuck with Jonathan Majors winds up with Jonathan Majors inside them.
So, if I'm stuck on a desert island with Jonathan Majors, it's probably going to happen. We're going to run out of coconuts eventually. But I will say this. that might be canonical, a reason why when she got back to the fucking outside world, she didn't mention any of this shit to anybody. She wasn't like, oh yeah, there's this guy Kang, he was a real issue, like he tricked me. He laid the purple Kang pipe, and she was like, yeah, no, nothing really happened out there. Oh, there's nobody here, we should just probably go, you guys. Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer, you bitch, you lying bitch, this was all your fault.
The next US Comics t-shirt, by the way, via this beautiful chat tonight, it's the Boomer Avengers. And then on the back, I'm a Delicate Angel, John Rivera. Just facts. Because what happens in the quantum realm stays in the quantum realm. Especially
damn
when
straight.
It's big, beautiful Jonathan Majors.
Look, if anyone tells you that this movie was any worse or any better, then just okay. And if they tell you that if they were stuck on a desert island for more than about 14 to 15 minutes with Jonathan Majors, you would not be smashing, they are a goddamn liar. Just like George Toy Boy Lucas, because guess what, Charlie? Han shot first. Cheers, salute. This to you, Jonathan.
Oh, it burns.
Delicious.
It burns beautifully.
Christian, it is on the way.
So again, at the end of the day, I enjoyed Quantumania for what it was.
Yeah, man, move on.
However,
Live in the now. That was yesterday.
Every so often, something comes out that is so good, it manages to change a product forever. When Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man and that first flick changed, cinema changed, Marvel changed, Tony Stark changed. And what's beautiful about that is we're always an interpretation away from the new definitive. When Kingdom Come came out all those years ago, and I sat down and read it, this was a potential future that had so much meat on the bones and so much presumed and assumed backstory that was able to just tell a story moving forward. I thought every company was going to have something like it. Every company was going to have a Batman Beyond. Every company was going to jump a few decades, was going to have some shit go maybe a little bit darker. Ironically, the one time I like when shit goes dark is in the 4-color funny book realm. And then I was gifted with something I never thought I needed. And when the Last Ronin dropped, telling this sci-fi futuristic Ninja Turtles tale about the last of the 4 brothers doing what he does in the most goddamn brutal way, I had my fucking socks knocked off. Because I love the Ninja Turtles. But up until Last Ronin, my favorite was the live-action film. I think that, to me, is like the end-all, be-all. It understands the characters super well. I think
Which one, though? Because
the original.
Live-action films are not made equal with the
They are
Turtle
not even close to equal. But if you don't have Casey Jones as the main character, you get disqualified. And if you're Ninja Turtles 3, you can go fuck yourself. Those are the rules of Ninja Turtle ratings. But Last Ronin, for me, was everything. It was the first time ever that you were able to tell, spoiler alert, you were able to tell a Michelangelo story that I gave a fuck about. You finally justified the lighthearted nature of Michelangelo to me, because thank God he was such a fucking happy pain in the ass. His brothers were going to die in front of him. He was going to have to carry on the burden of that family.
It's always the goofy, pizza-loving, happy-go-lucky motherfuckers you got to look out for, bro. Every single time.
Christian, buddy, you might be fucked. You might be the last one of us standing, but it's going to be a miserable time, you joyful son of a bitch.
Christian, ... the Last Ronin of New Jersey. Any time of the week, bro.
He's going to be the last of the stash avenging all of them.
Shit.
I can see that shit. But John, thing that I loved most about Last Ronin, and Joker Stream You have to read it. It's one of the easiest
a
pickups of all
read,
time.
Joker. It's a great
and
read.
and a quick read. It goes by pretty quick. What I loved about Last Ronin was it has a definitive ending. It has potential for future stories that are kind of fun. They've been doing all these little like small stories that aren't about Mikey because, spoiler alert, not too much Mikey options left for us. Like they've introduced recently the 4 new, who are going to be the 4 new Ninja Turtles, but they're kids. They're being trained by April and Casey. It's fucking awesome. Hey!
Look at this. The special
Long
guest
Island
appearance.
Iced V. Johnny
What is
Vanek
up,
in the chat.
It's cracking, brother.
Then they announced, for the first time in a long time, they announced a sequel series, and me, Charlie Rivera, Mr. Give Me More Always.
That's true. I can vouch for that.
Mr. Do It Till the Wheels Fall Off. It's why none of my relationships work out. Because I'm like, let's just
turtles?
hang out every hour. Because of the Ninja Turtles, the bed sheets.
She's like, motherfucker, you just have too many turtle toys. I could deal with the Ghostbusters stuff. I could even deal with the wrestlers in their tiny little underpants. But the turtles, bro, zip.
I get it.
Out the
Listen,
door.
I get it. But, John, Last Ronin to me feels sacred. And the fact that they're going to do a weird prequel, quasi-sequel, there was a place to take this without ever invoking badass Michelangelo again. And I am heartbroken, but I'm heartbroken because the thing I compare this most to, and then I want to know all your opinions, but this to me felt like the Ninja Turtles' answer to Kingdom Come. This is
totally.
a possible future. Look how fucked up and awesome it is.
Yeah.
And now they're going to...
The Turtle Kingdom.
Now they're going to Kingdom Come to me. And I every follow-up to Kingdom Come was dog shit. Was just so bad. Or Watchmen 2. So the first thing I want to kick to you, you like the Ninja Turtles. To my knowledge, you don't fucking love the Ninja Turtles. You were on the wrong side of the cartoon for the most part, right?
Well, sure, because don't forget, like I was on board. So my level of comic book fandom comes from, like I was an '80s comic kid, who stepped away from comics because like the conversation was like, all comics are corny, comics are for nerds, comics are for whatever kids, right? And then all of a sudden, we kind of like turned the corner, and it happened very quickly. I didn't step away. I wasn't on the dark side very long. We turned a corner, and comics were like, "Oh, little kids, huh? Look at this shit!" And like, here is a black and white comic book that's more violent than fucking Gru. And like the only color in it is fucking red, and there was plenty of red. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for anyone who doesn't know, the original comic run was one of the most violent, fucking hardcore, serious comics. But the way that they kind of like subverted that was by having ridiculous subject matter. These fucking Eastman and Laird, they sat on like, oh, okay, what's the goofiest shit that we can come up with that will therefore allow us to, in essence, do anything we want to do, because we can always explain it away by saying, yeah, but they're fucking turtles. They're trained and raised by a rat. They eat pizza. That is comic canon. Like it was a really a brilliant, if not unintentional, device of getting away with some real adult storytelling. And for a quasi-adult at the time, I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm getting away with something right now. No, it's just a comic. It's okay. It's fine. But then I was like, I'm watching beheadings and guttings and all kinds of shit. Now, here comes Charlie.
They fucked up Shredder.
Here comes Charlie. Oh, I'm a little kid. I'm so cute. I'm going to take half of your Christmas budget. Thanks a lot, Charlie. And Charlie says, oh, yeah, here's this dope new cartoon. I am all into it. I'm going to have the pajamas. I'm going to have the furniture. I'm going to have the fucking Campbell soup. I'm going to have everything
all
turtles. And foolishly, I had a split second. I'm like, God damn, this little kid is pretty cool. He's cool as fuck if he's into he's into... Wait,
do they have a blimp? Is
what
that
am
a
I
fucking
looking at?
blimp?
Turtles, let me tell you something. When you are living in a sewer and trying to keep a low profile in the biggest little city in the world, maybe having a fucking blimp that says turtles across the side of it is not a good idea. Charlie wasn't in love with the Turtles cartoon. Charlie was in little kid lust with it. Oh, Charlie just rolled around with his tiny little kid fucking Schwartz boner, and anything Turtles he had to have, and it has never ended. So I'll be honest, when I came across fucking The Last Ronin, I thought, ooh, Charlie is a fucking self-proclaimed Raphael supporter. He had the red hat, the whole 9 yards. I said, I don't know if Charlie's going to be into this, but I loved it, and I was so happy that you loved it because it really showed your good taste, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you know what was cool about it was...
I tried to show the same comment. Joker coming out with a good one. Gotta be careful with the word blimp, boys. I hear F-22s starting to taxi dynamite.
Well done. A little bit of a deep cut, and I love those the best. For me, the great thing about Last Ronin was that it was unexpected. Once you get past...
how could you be any less expected than fucking Michelangelo outlasting everybody? I remember the battles used to be like, what was it? Fucking what was it? The red versus blue with the fucking whatchamacallits
from Rooster Teeth from Halo.
Thank you, from Halo. I appreciate you. That used to be the conversation. It was like Leonardo or Raphael or Leonardo, Donatello, maybe. No one ever said gonna be Michelangelo, guys. Watch it. You watch this shit.
And
did
ironically,
you catch Christian's pitch?
Oh my God, yes.
It's very good. You put it up.
Venus de Milo in a John Wick style assassin story. 100 Days of Yes.
Basically, Venus de Milo in Ballerina. That would be just fucking dynamite.
Perfect. For me though, has there ever been an example? Because I'm obviously gonna buy Last Ronin 2. They've earned 2 issues at least, and then if it sucks, I'll bail. But probably not because I'm an addict to all things 4-color.
You're trying to talk tough, bro. That pull list is fucking accounted for. I'm trying to seem
cool. Little do I know, my room looks like a clearance rack at Toys R Us or KB rather. To really age myself, has there ever been a time where you were dreading a follow-up? And you were pleasantly surprised? Because for me, it all feels like fucking 3 more Star Wars movies. I'm like, nothing about this seems like I should be happy. But here I am on opening fucking night. And I know George Lucas is going to lie to me again. Because he's a liar. That's what he does. Again, Kingdom Come 2, ate shit. RoboCop 3. No. Was there ever an example that you were just like, fuck yeah?
Well, you know what though? But you mentioned it before because the Star Wars prequels, I'm on record as not being a particularly big fan of. But like Rogue One, I loved, and actually had to fight some people over it. Now I think more and more people are kind of coming around to like, oh no, that's the dope shit. Because obviously Andor is amazing. Fucking Mandalorian is like, oh, this is why I love Star Wars as a little kid so much. And granted, they had in my opinion, couple of like missteps. I didn't necessarily think, aside from a few moments, that the Obi-Wan series was even particularly necessary. But it had some moments for sure, like visuals that it can't be unseen and shouldn't be. I thought Boba Fett was entirely unneeded, regardless of what Favreau says. But yeah, the other Star Wars entries have just been amazing. Even if you only were like lukewarm about the prequel stuff, about the fucking clone saga, about like anything else that was going on, Rey and who's her father, who's not her father, blah blah blah. I always want to call them turduckens, and they're not turduckens. They are indeed called.
I don't know what you're trying to tell.
Fuck, what are they called?
Will be stuck in my head all night. What are we even talking about?
When somebody like just creatively is bankrupt and they're like, oh, this is how it happened. You know, like having fucking Cassie Lang somehow invent a fucking quantum cell phone that sucks her into the quantum realm and everybody she knows. I'll remember it. At
a
some
MacGuffin?
Point, A MacGuffin. Thank you very much. Not a turducken. I'm having a MacGuffin for Thanksgiving this year.
Fun fact, I will only be calling them turduckens from now on. Be like, that fucking turducken in that Marvel movie.
Fucking Marvel with those turduckens all over the place. Yeah, no, like, and the funny thing is, we're invested. Like, we're going to watch and read and support these things anyway because we love the brand. I'm a brand whore, right? Like, I like Heinz. I like fucking, whatever the fuck. Pick your poison. If I like the brand, if I support the brand, I'm always going to support. I might not love the taste all the way down, but I'm going to be there. When they surprise you pleasantly, it's such a wonderful feeling. So just to be real clear, you're not happy about Ronin 2 coming, but you're definitely going to read it.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I'm the problem. I'm the fucking problem. I'm gonna go see fucking Aquaman 2 as well. Like,
I need to clip that audio, please.
You don't have to. It's my voicemail. I fully acknowledge that I'm an epic pile of shit. Ellis is Pickle.
I love it.
I honestly, for a second out of the corner of my eye, I thought Ellis went back to Facebook just to be able to hit us from Twitch and Facebook
like, yeah,
simultaneously.
Take that. Nice. I love that. I love that.
For a final thought posed to you,
sure.
Is there a sequel series you're waiting for something? Is there something out there that's a finished story? I'm not asking for like another installment. I'm asking something that wrapped up that you want to pull a Charlie on. I'm on record all the goddamn time. I hope there's 100 John Wick movies before they hang up the fucking holsters.
There will be. So don't
thank
worry.
God.
There
thank God. Because the last one, I didn't learn my lesson from Fast and Furious. I jokingly like those movies, and we're going to do 11. Because fuck me, I guess. But is there something out there that you're just like, I want them to do a Watchmen 3. Watchmen 2 wasn't that bad.
Well, but here's the thing. So you say that, and instantly my mind went to, and we were just talking about this earlier. When Watchmen the series was announced on HBO, I was like, come on. Like, have we not learned our fucking lesson yet? Like, leave it alone, guys. Leave it alone. I am habitual fucking complainer. Actually, I came up with a conversation with Christian the other day also, where like and Christian is not by himself in this opinion, where Ready Player One was like pretty well received. And I just have to like, no, because I loved the source material so much that even minor changes, they needed to do so much to fucking win me over. But for me, the fact that they eliminated the D&D aspect of it so completely, and it was such a central part of the story in the written form, in the book format. It's here someplace. That I couldn't appreciate all the amazing shit that was going on. And granted, I'll admit, there was some amazing Spielbergian shit going on, and it looked really great, and I just could not fucking possibly enjoy it. Whereas Watchmen, I loved the source material of the book, and then the movie was like, again, the movie was like an Ant-Man to me. I'm like, it was okay. It was alright. Like, I missed the squid. And all the stuff that people say about it. So when they announced the HBO series, I'm like, oh, come on, what the fuck? They're not going to be adapting Watchmen 2. We're not going to the fucking Doomsday Clock, are we? Oh, shit, we are? Oh, fuck. But here comes the series, and it was tits McGillicuddy. It was amazing. I just finished my third rewatch, and I maybe loved it even more. So when you do get pleasantly surprised, I would say that it's almost worth the agonizing over the potential of disappointment. Look, life is disappointing.
Been saying, I cannot believe you said that, because I said that for years. You just admitted that you will always roll the dice on more. More Charlie, is better. Segment over. I win.
Charlie, hi, my name is John Rivera. I'm a professional bullshit artist. Pleased to meet you. Of course I'm in. Of course. I'm going to bitch about it. I'm not going to have a smile on my face, but I will be there at the party. It's always going to happen.
We want all of you. Yay! Clip that. Someone clip that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, beautiful children of all ages, we want you to join in. We want to know what sequels, what prequels, we want to know what you like, what you hate, what you look forward to, what you fear. I do want to give a special shout out to so far the joke of the day, the comment of the day, is the fact that Ellis did hop on Facebook. So now Ellis is coming to us from Twitch and Facebook. Hot
Ellis.
damn, do I love all of you that join us
Ellis is
live.
both Team Red and Team Blue. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to win one way or the other.
This motherfucker's a Jedi, a Sith, he's a Pog, and a Chewbacca, the whole nine. But let's pay some goddamn bills. Joker Stream, you're never going to be left alone to watch Shazam 2, bro. I'm in with you, buddy. Let's pay a couple bills, because I do love those fuzzy greenbacks. They're fuzzy, right? I don't have a lot of money. I don't remember what they feel like.
Everybody uses cards now. It's fine.
That very good point, rather. Here's another good point, John. We're not like other podcasts who just sell out for some random brand that's willing to pay. No, because today we are once again brought to you by one of our favorite bands, and that, of course, is Bad Mary. Excuse me. You heard them during the intro. You're going to hear them again at the end of the show. If you're wondering where else you can catch their act, spoiler alert, it's Japan very soon. You can follow them over at Bad Mary Band across all social media platforms. You can support them over on patreon.com/Bad Mary Band. You can stay up to date at badmary.com for merch and upcoming performances. But my absolute favorite part is that their entire discography is available on all music streaming services.
Damn straight. And Charlie, that all being said, I gotta ask you, where we dropping with Sergeant Finesse? Find him gaming on as a gaming partner for now on Facebook. He games on Twitch. He games on Trovo. He's even over on that new jam, kick.com. That's a new streaming service. I think they're gonna actually get their app in the next few days, so definitely check it out over there. But he does multiple streams every day, outstanding video game content, supporter games, co-streams, giveaways, contests. Don't be a sucker. Check him out today when the Sarge is on deck. You salute. But also, as well as when you're talking about streamers, in particular Twitch streamers, Joker Stream has contractually agreed with USComics HQ Inc. Both John and Charlie Rivera. You can soon find Joker's stream Joker if you're nasty, or Mr. J if you're Harley Quinn. He will be joining us right here on the US Comics Cast production in an upcoming episode. We're going to work out all those details, Joker. But I got to tell you, bro, I am already looking forward to it, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
That's going to be a good one. But yes, now that we have paid some quote-unquote
That's
bills,
going to be a good one, puddin'.
Charlie, I'm going to go ahead and need to just edit that right out. Just clip it.
We're
cut it out.
live, pal.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that's great because I got some news, Charlie. Maybe you were unaware. Only for the fact that he was rarely ever in other comic books. Like there are certain characters that like you like, but their popularity never seems to catch on. You never really seem to see them in other titles or in other storylines other than the like immediate narrow arcs. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. The person that I'm talking about is very short and very hairy, and in every fucking comic book that you have ever read in your life. That is right. I am talking about Logan himself, James Howlett, the Wolverine, snikt. I'm bad. Charlie, the Wolverine is everywhere, and not even multiple deaths on his part. Fucking having the metal pulled out of him, just running around with bone claws, losing his fucking memories, getting turned evil, getting turned back, literally belonging to every single supergroup known to Marveldom. Wolverine, he done it again. He found a way. He found a way in his many appearances,
God, this prick.
his little tiny self, to surprise even me, a hardened, jaded comic book aficionado. Charlie, if you're going to be a good teammate to people, your behavior probably has a lot to do with that. Wouldn't you say that's fair?
I think that's very fair, John.
Would you say that, like, if you're gonna be a good teammate and really show that you're part of the fucking collective, you'd probably not try to smash your beloved leader's best girl, would you? It'd be hands and claws off, right?
Seems like an easy rule.
You wouldn't step away from the fray just when they need you most because, like, oh, I need to find myself, and then just run away into the woods half butt naked, just covered in fucking Sasquatch hair. No, you wouldn't do that, for sure. But you know what? Even if you slipped, I'm going to give you a little grace here. If you slipped, Ellis, how dare you, Ellis? That's the fastest way to get out of Charlie's heart, by dissing Cyclops. But Charlie, I'm going to say this. With all of that slippage allowed, probably what's the one thing, the singular one thing, other than going behind Professor X and dumping him out of his chair and just pointing and laughing? What's the one thing that you cannot fucking do if you are going to be considered a good teammate?
Make fun of someone's ruby quartz lenses.
Kill a fucking team member! You cannot kill a team member. Now, guys, this is not spoiler alert. This is Christian, back me up. Fucking, you can fact check me here. This comic, I think this is Wolverine 30. This is about a week old. So if you haven't read it by now, you're probably going to wait for the trade paperback, which is just fine because Krakoa is hopping right now, bro. There is so much going on in the mutant, specifically X-Men realm. They got their own place, but just when you thought that if we just get our own little swath of land, put up a white picket fence around the joint, things are going to be just fine, I assure you they are not. Because, and this is going to be a little bit of a defense of Logan.
Pardon?
The Beast. In the 90s, very much just a blue lookalike to Wolverine because Wolverine was that popular. Like, let's just change this motherfucking look just like him.
It was like when you play yourself in Street Fighter. You're like, that's just me with a tan and a different colored gi.
Exactly right. And somehow I still lose. I don't know how that worked, but Beast, Hank McCoy, was acting a fucking fool, man. So like here is a hyper intelligent, slightly hairier than your average bear dude, and they kind of like thrust him in this position of power. But truth be told, if someone was just telling you, oh well, all mutant kind are finally gonna get their own little area, their home to hang their proverbial hats on, and you know it's mutants, so sometimes there's a row at the local fucking bar. But you know what, though? We've got Hank McCoy, and he's the voice of reason. He is a leader. As hairy as he is as smart as he is. This is the kind of guy that can get shit done. Like Elvis, he's taking care of business. Charlie, it did not work out very well. He fucking turned into a literal and figurative monster. He was a total douchebag.
He was like Mutant Kind's CEO. It's just there's something about that job title that goes right to you're in charge of a comic book company, and next thing you know, you're acting like a real fuzzy douchebag. Like you got your lab coat.
Don't make me snick you right now because let me tell you something. His real analog, Charlie. Do you remember how beloved approximately 5 to 6 minutes ago Kanye West was?
Yes.
Beast is Kanye West.
Good old
like
Jesus.
If somebody said that Hank McCoy had secretly married a Kardashian, I'd be like, yeah, no, that checks out. Because all of a sudden he started acting a fucking fool. And who else but Wolverine had to, quote unquote, deal with him. So, again, long way around it, Wolverine has murderfied Hank McCoy, the Beast himself, just fucking one set of claws to the fucking mush, and the other one right to the chesticle, and Beast is no more. Now, I'll say this.
How do you not prepare for that, by the way? If you hang out with Logan on a Tuesday,
over,
on
like,
Wednesday
oh, no.
at the X gym, you're like, and dodge a knife. That's all you gotta do, man.
If anybody can fucking kind of go toe to toe or like pointy toenail to toenail with fucking Wolverine, I mean, the other ones that could do it were fucking dead by now. Omega Red, Sabretooth, Charlie, you know, like whomever. Yeah, no, you got to figure if Wolverine's coming over late at night, there's potential for drama.
Hey,
But
bub,
Wolverine,
I'm coming by. Be like, please don't.
oh man, like no smoking in the house, Wolverine. Oh shit, snikt. But in any case, again, long story short, Wolverine straight up murders fucking Beast.
I love that you just went
murders him.
berserker rage. Like Wolverine fights like he's
Yeah.
rowing a canoe. I love it.
Yeah, just like all sad and fucking like barely, and he's like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, so he murders him. Now the good news, if you're the Beast fan, like there's probably one where it's like, I love the Beast. I got all his merch, both things.
Is it Cousin Paul?
Like,
Cousin Paul, is Beast the next terrible decision you've made in fandom?
Listen. Don't you dare compare Beast to fucking Ben Grimm, okay? Keep it real. But that all being said, X-Men don't stay dead. Like, you can almost do anything to them. And I'm not just talking about Wolverine, because Wolverine might just love killing X-Men, because he has himself been killed probably fucking 24 times at this point. You're like, he'll be back. He'll be fine. But you can really say that probably about most of the X-Men at this point, and honestly, just X-people, because it's not just the heroes, it's the villains.
Every mutant has a backup power of like, plot needs me. I'm back, baby.
I mean, the fucking Time Variance Authority, they need to show up on Krakoa, because these motherfuckers just seem to do whatever they want. But I will say this, it is still, even at this point, again, as jaded as I clearly am, it is still a shocking fucking thing to see. I'm thinking, okay, here's going to be some witty dialogue.
Shut
I was
up!
wrong. Oh, I was wrong. I couldn't hit the mute button. I was wrong, bro. Shit got real hectic real quick, and I was super surprised. So I'm going to ask you this, because I've rambled on.
I like when you ramble. It's fine.
Did you see that coming? Like,
No.
Did you? Was there any inkling on your radar? Like, this motherfucker might get killed right now.
I really enjoy the X-Men comics, but they are very similar to like the old Dragon Ball Z cartoon, whereas like every issue is like last time during X-Men, next time during like dick happens in the X-Men books. Logan, as Ellis pointed out, and I'm shocked as anyone else that Ellis and I line up with this. Logan is like, Bub, I'm gonna kick your ass, Bub. Bub, I got claw. Bub, every time they Bub. He hasn't done dick in forever. This was the first thing he did, and 2 pages later, it gets undone.
Charlie, can I?
He has done dick. I know what you're going.
Charlie! If Charlie was a mutant and a member of the X-Men, his fucking power would be stealing thunder. Oh my God! Knock knock. Who's there? Wolverine? Was it Wolverine that's there? Charlie, you thunder-stealing son of a bitch. Yeah, that's right. Wolverine has done dick.
I don't do it on purpose.
Every time. Yes, indeed, joke stream. There is plenty of evidence on the table that this will immediately be undone or not as consequential as the writers and artists would have you think. I'm with you 100% right there. But I will say this, man. Wolverine didn't roll in knowing that shit. He's like, fuck you. I slightly disagree with your tactics. Boom, boom. Wolverine, as popular as you are, you're a fucking dick. You're just a dick. I don't understand.
Wait. So if
why anybody would roll with him?
If I turned you evil, you're gonna have like a chat with me, like, dude, literally, you and I. You're my best friend in the world. You're my favorite fucking person on this rock flying through space. There's an argument to be made that you have turned me evil through like 38 years of influence.
Yeah, I will take that 100%.
John, if you turn me like, quote unquote, if I'm mustache twirling for a few weeks, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to have a conversation with you probably. You know, I'm going to be like, hey man, dick move. Where is Logan so monosyllabic that this piece of shit couldn't lead with a question and answer? Hey Beast, did you mean to turn me naughty? What a dick move, bro. And then Beast would be like, relax.
Here's my thinking, Logan. This is how I see this playing out. There was no conversation. And I'm a sucker for dialogue, but and again, any of the longer term comic readers will probably remember the fucking 1990s Dark Beast. Like this is not the first time that they fucked with beasts.
Beast enjoys Breaking Bad. He likes the little hat.
Well,
he likes selling drugs.
The thing, man. Like, when you're at a certain level and other people are not at your level, it's very easy. And I'm speaking from experience here. It's very easy to be like, you know what, I know best. It'll be fine. Just I'll take care of this. And I think that's clearly where at least that version of his Breaking Badness came from. But like this was far more like, yo, this he had just fucking had it. He was like that. He was just like that 6:30 mother of 4 stay-at-home mom that she's just fucking done had it. The dogs got into a chocolate and they're just diarrheaing all over the fucking living room. There's soccer practice to get to. The kids are screaming. Nobody's buckled in. Somebody's got their Pampers on their head. Like that was the level of fucking done had it that Beast was at. So I get it.
But did you
don't make
hear,
great choices.
Did you hear the writer of the issue? He did release that there was word panels that they just edited out. Logan walks up to Beast. Yeah, so Logan walks up to Beast, and Beast is like, "What's up, buddy?" And Wolverine's like, "I'm not your buddy, guy." No, and then Beast is like, "I'm not your guy, friend." And then Wolverine fucking schnooks him, all Canadian and shit. And then a flag comes up.
Character.
Oh, Canada!
The first Canadian superhero is just getting beaten.
No,
is that not?
Grits. Is that John? Charlie, can I ask you a question though?
This turtle-loving son of a bitch.
It happened, man. Demon
Kaga. Snappy.
Trying to steal our shit. Fuck off, Demon Kaga. They're like, oh, these people like people. Buy our demon packs. Fuck off. John, was it sullied? Was your excitement sullied? What's that? Was your excitement sullied by the fact that they were like, nah, he's fine. He's good.
No.
You're like, I don't give a shit.
No, because, well, here's the thing, Charlie. You gotta understand, like, when certain things happen in comics, the initial inclination is to say, that's not gonna last. To the greater point, when something does last, you are so satisfied. Like, it's so refreshing that you know something's gonna stick, that something had meaning, like, you know, that it had fucking stakes. And truth be told, that's a lot of the issue that people have with the Marvel flicks right now, is because, like, nothing really fucking matters. Oh, they killed Kang twice already, but here's 172 more of them, and they're even a bigger problem than one called the Conqueror. So no. So, you know, we've gotten dead versions of our superheroes over and over and over again, to the point where it's usually not, you don't get affected if you see like a fucking gimmick cover where like, oh, all the superheroes are dead and they're standing Punisher because he killed everybody. Oh no, I'm never gonna read another Captain America comic again. No, we all know now, like, that's like a little kid fucking reaction, because all these characters are just fine. Matter of fact, in the issue itself, that shit's probably not even gonna happen. But if it did, they'll just undo it again next month like it was a sitcom. Charlie, this happened. I was like, oh shit! I honestly, it caught me off guard. I didn't fucking see it happening, and granted, it's clearly like almost immediately undone. But it really kind of like threw me for a loop, to the point I'm like, is it just this problematic motherfucker? Is the issue just fucking Logan? Like, is that where we're at?
He didn't get enough attention that week. He was like, but I'm being a bad guy. Pay attention to me. And no one did. So he was like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody. Then they'll notice me.
My dad was a groundskeeper. Boo hoo hoo. I'm not rich, but I'm really sick all the time. Shut up.
Honestly, I know Ellis was joking, but Logan is kind of a Degrassi character. I could totally see him in a Canadian child melodrama. I'm fine with it. I'm loving it.
So let me ask you this, Charlie. You are very, very much on record as having issues with Wolverine as far as his overuse,
Smell.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, there were concurrent Marvel storylines running at this concurrent. They were running concurrently that had Wolverine in different places of the world at the same time. Where like even fucking Dr. Manhattan couldn't have fucking worked that one out. But were there any Wolverine tales out there where you were just like, nope, like throw it down, step away, no snikt for you, sir? Like, what's the most egregious Wolverine shit that has been out there for you? Like, this
for a long time, if Logan was on the cover, it would wind up being my bottom book. So if he was on the cover of Daredevil, that's the last book I'm reading on my Wednesday pull. Because I'm just that 50-50 chance that this motherfucker's going to take up more than 5 panels. And the ugly truth about Wolverine guest appearances is a lot of times he's a 2-pump chump. I get him for a couple panels, and then he fucks right off. So I had all this fucking rage inside me that he had the audacity to show up in a Captain America book, and then he's like, hey, Cap, can I borrow $50? Because I'm very unsuccessful. Like, Logan blows. You shouldn't get as many appearances as fucking Batman with the leadership skills of a squirrel.
He owned a bar in maybe the most drinkingest place in the entire fucking Marvel world. So, like, yeah, granted, he was missing an eyeball, but, like, I don't think that his business acumen is the biggest issue. So for the recent Civil War run, Charlie, when in essence they turned his healing his healing factor, basically had him looking like a goddamn fucking sawed off Terminator skeleton, just like, rah, come with me if you want to live, but this is not the Canadian accent, but you're giving it anyway. I was like, come on, man. Like, I closed it and put it down. I was like, I'll get back to you later because you have been paid for. But, like, skeletal Wolverine is not a Wolverine for me, dude. Too much Wolverineism. What other wolf tales steamed your clams? Oh, I lost you, buddy. You may have cough buttoned yourself.
I know everyone is super excited about the return of live action Wolverine, but for me, he made those movies less and less enjoyable for me. The X-Men movies were a set of Wolverine films. So when they did Logan and they were like, finally he gets his own movie, I'm like, this motherfucker's only had his own movie. It wasn't until the First Class series, which winds up fucking incorporating this asshole anyway, he really, really took away most of my enjoyment of those flicks. First of all, he's 75 feet tall. In the first movie, they put everybody on boxes. They ask him to hunch. The performer's fine. I'll watch him do musicals daily, nightly, and ever so rightly. But fuck off. Please let his appearance in Deadpool be the last of it. I love Cyclops Joker stream. What would you know? You're busy killing Robins all the goddamn time. Son of a bitch.
Somebody's got to do it, and Batman just keeps making more, dude. What is he supposed to fucking do?
Also, if you look really closely at Wolverine's mask, it's 2 Batmen kissing. So he got that going for him.
Not that there's anything wrong with that at all, okay?
No, you shouldn't kiss yourself if you're a masked Avenger. And not an Avenger, he's a member of the Justice League.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
He has been an Avenger. He's been an Avenger. He's been a Defender. He's been in the fucking Fantastic Four. He's a Midnight Sun. He's literally every fucking thing.
I might be back in. If Jean Valjean is actually Logan, like if that's a historical flick, I'm back
technically, those timelines do fucking overlap, so it's entirely possible. Look, Wolverine just has a long and checkered history of bad behavior. He falls in love for the first time with a single person. And Mariko, is that the pronunciation? We need Mike
I'm not
Bad
fucking
Mary
rolling the dice on that shit.
fix my pronunciation, but Mariko, he fucking kills her. Yeah, granted, she was poisoned and she was gonna suffer slowly, but like, yo, man, maybe try a band-aid. Maybe attempt to get her to some kind of rudimentary
You don't want to
feudal
suck out the
Japan
poison.
hospital. He's
You
like,
don't-
oh, he's like, what? Oh, you got a little stabby thing. I got you. Who walk at that? And he just
What
fucking
if it-
kills her.
What if it turned
whiff.
out? What if it turned
Ugh.
out that was all of Logan's exes? Like he's just like he's in an apartment in like downtown Quebec, and the girl is like, he's like, oh shit, she must have influenza. She's like, I had a tickle. Stab, 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 stab. This
What if he
motherfucker
was like-
punches out quick.
What if he was the original fucking like anti-vaxxer? He's like, no, motherfucker. If I get sick, it is over for me. You're dead now. You're dead. Charlie, he drowned his own son. Uncanny X-Force, and might I say the X-Force in general, them some problematic sons of bitches anyway. But in Uncanny X-Force, he drowns his own son. Famously said by me, watching Saving Private Ryan, an amazing flick. No one can fucking deny it. But probably the most egregious of scenes in a movie filled with fucked up scenes is when our boy gets slowly fucking batoned to death. And they're like fighting in slow motion, and you just see the knife point just slip. Nazis just pushing on a knife, and it's just slipping in so slow. I'm like, oh, tight butthole. That is terrible. As terrible as a death as a slow blade to the chest is, you know what's worse? Being fucking manually drowned. Not accidental drowning, like, oh, I slipped into the shower.
I love that you called it manually
Charlie,
drowned.
yeah,
like,
literally
give me
manually.
the automated drowning is what
Yeah.
I want.
They said,
I want a
"What's your
robot
name?"
doing it.
Your name is Logan? He said, no, my name is Manuel. I'm drowning you. It was Dunzo, bro. And it was his son, Charlie. It was his son. What is wrong with you, Logan? He's a problem, man. He's a fucking problem. And,
Manuel, John. His name's Manuel, motherfucker.
Sometimes you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do, Charlie. Look, there were all those years that he didn't know who he was. Fine, you want to give him a little bit of fucking latitude. I'm not gonna shit on him for killing Sabretooth. I'm not gonna shit on him for killing Omega Red. They were problems. I totally get it. They would have done it to him. Fine.
What about when he tried to kill Ryan Reynolds' career? With like a little
Well-
bit of fucking gaff tape across his mouth and Baraka blades. That's his fault.
He probably
I blame
figured he's like, yo, if Green Lantern thinks he could do it, I'm gonna show him who the real superhero is up in this motherfucker. But they have killed him over and over and over again. I can only assume that takes a toll, right? I mean, they were taking little bits and chunks of him and fucking popping them like fucking horse pills. I gotta believe that animalistic nature, it comes out. You know who Wolverine is? Wolverine is that fucking dog that has been around forever, and like, yeah, you throw a little nibble of your lunch and everything's just fine, and one day out of nowhere, he fucking nips at the mailman. I hope that just like that, as a federal employee, you probably tell him best. Sometimes you gotta pull a fucking mad dog down, dude. Wolverine is a problem. Now, if you really had bollocks in the fucking comic book game, you would take an understandable murder death kill by Wolverine and say, you know what? That's the last one. You want to fucking tell a Wolverine story that has some chutzpah, make it count. And if you say, well, oh, you killed this character. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, he's fine now. Everything's back to normal. Okay, cool. That's great for them. But for you, Wolverine, that's the door, my friend. Don't let it fucking hit you on the way out, because they have forever, almost since the first brown and fucking yellow costume to roll out the door, they have been trying to tell us that Wolverine versus the entire mutant nation. Regardless if you're an acolyte, regardless if you're in the fucking X-Men, regardless if you're on the fucking Magneto's fucking emergency call list, whoever you are, if you're a mutant, Wolverine can take it to you at any given moment. You cannot beat him. Now is the time to be like, all right, you want Wolverine versus all of mutant kind? You want Wolverine, probably the most identifiable and number one king of the hill mutant. You know what? Go ahead, have him forcibly trade sides, go cross town. Now Wolverine becomes the champion of humankind, and he is versus every fucking mutant that has ever grown a prehensile tail, that has ever levitated some shit with their fucking head, that has ever had the Phoenix Force, because now it's basically half of mutant kind is a fucking alpha level. That's a story that fucking would really carry water for me. So just as much as he surprised me by fucking throwing a combo to Beast's face, surprised me even more so. Take it all away, Charlie. Trade him a crosstown rival. Make him humankind's greatest and last champion, and make him fucking duke it out with the rest of the mutants. See who comes out on top.
I love
Final
it.
Thought.
My final thought is Logan, like many popular characters before him, actually kind of sucks balls, and you liking him makes you bad. You're bad for liking him, general audience. My name's John
Charlie.
Raymond Rivera, and I think you can go fuck yourselves.
My judgmental fucking son of a bitch, brother. I love it. Just dynamite. At this point, I don't think there's anything more to say. So why don't you tell the good people that Wolverine sucks? No, I think we've established that. Tell these good people how we wrap up each and every episode of US Comics Cast. Would you?
Oh, there's only one way we can do that. First, you gotta turn that power on. Then you gotta turn that volume up. Then you gotta tune Bad Mary and open up the window wide and scream out to the night sky. See, Miss Space Girl! We out!
Last train getting out of New York, a riot on the streets. You smile 'cause I'm such a dork. What a place to be. 12 hours to go to the radio. This is the last night and the first time that I met you. We have today, we have no past, we have no future. But I can tell you that I love you till the end of the